Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel if you're new here. Today's video is very exciting because we have a huge book haul, a huge summer book haul to be more specific, and it is 10 books, which I know for some people might not be huge, like they might not consider that a huge haul, but for me it is. I typically don't buy that many books all at one time, but I thought it would be fun to do so for summer because I love summer themed reading, all of the beach reads, the summer romances, the vacation houses, the sunshine, you know the vibe. I just feel like summer is the best season to read themed books. So I bought 10 of them and I'm gonna share them with you guys today. The 10 books are mostly romances. I feel like summery rom-com romances are the most popular of the summer beach read. They're super easy, they're super fun, and I feel like just a summer romance has a special place in everyone's heart. It has a special place in mine. So I'm excited to read a bunch of those this month, but I also am not the hugest rom-com fan. Like that is not my favorite category of book. I don't absolutely love fluffy romances. So while I did want to include them for all of these summer vibes, I did also want to include some other types of books that I love to read. I have a couple literary fictions in here. I have a thriller, I believe. I even have a graphic novel. So it is a bit diverse, and I feel like this video could be good if you want summer book recommendations that aren't that typical summer romance. Okay, with all that out of the way, let's just get right into the books. So this is what the stack is looking like. One thing I love about summer books is that they have the most beautiful covers and spines. Like they just look so gorgeous. Look at all of those books. They're so bright and colorful and just screaming summer even from the outside. I think I'm gonna go over the romances first just because I have the most of those, and I'm gonna share the new releases in the romances first, and I think all the new releases that I have are romances. First up, we have This Summer Will Be Different by Carley Fortune. So I actually have never read a book by Carley Fortune. She's written a couple of very popular books. I think one is Meet Me at the Lake and Every Summer After. I could be wrong. I think those are the name of the books. They sound correct in my brain, but again, I totally could be wrong. And I don't know, I've just never had a desire to pick up her books. I think, again, because I'm not the hugest rom-com fan, like I'm not running to the store always wanting to pick up rom-coms. I kind of need to be like convinced. But then I saw a lot of people reading this book, which is her new release, on TikTok, on Goodreads, on YouTube, and saying that it was really good and there was amazing vibes in here. I also heard that there was like good chemistry between the characters. So I decided to buy it because I was doing this whole summer book haul and I do want to do a bunch of summer reading so that I can recommend books for you guys, all of that good stuff. I decided it would be the perfect time to try out her writing. I think that this is a bit of a forbidden romance between Lucy, who is a tourist visiting Prince Edward Island, and a local Felix. Felix is also Lucy's best friend's brother, so we have that best friend's brother vibe, and I just think that these summer vibes are going to be incredible, and that is what I truly want to get out of my summer books. Like honestly, I don't really care about the romances. Well, like I do, but just not as much as when it's not a summer themed book, because I just want to soak up all the imagery and the beach descriptions, and I want to be transported. And this little blurb sounds perfect. It says, each year Lucy escapes to PEI for a big breath of coastal air, fresh oysters, and crisp vino verde with her best friend Bridget. Every visit begins with a long walk on the beach beneath soaring red cliffs and a golden sun, and every visit Lucy promises herself she won't wind up in Felix's bed again. This one actually sounds super good, and like I said, I've heard really great things about it. I do think it's gonna be like a sexy romance, and I love a good sexy romance, so I'm excited. Next up is a book that I think I'm even more excited about, and that is The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. I haven't read a Christina Lauren book in so long. I did really enjoy their really popular one, Love and Other Words, and I think I tried reading The Unhoneymooners by then, but I didn't really get into it, and those are two very different vibes, I believe. Like the Love and Other Words book was very sweet and serious and like deep and, you know, beautiful love story, whereas Unhoneymooners was more silly, rom-com, fluffy, you know, those vibes. And I think that this one would probably lean more towards Unhoneymooners, but I have heard a lot of good things about it, and once I heard the plot and the storyline of this one, I was sold, because it is fake dating, and I am a sucker for fake dating. Like it's one of those tropes that just makes any romance book better for me. And that is something I've realized with romance books for me. If it is a trope that I love, it's automatically gonna have a way higher chance of me rating the book highly, which is kind of obvious, but I don't know. I don't know if everyone is as big on tropes as I am. It says, Christina Lauren returns with a delicious new romance between the buttoned-up heir of a grocery chain and a free-spirited artist as they fake their relationship in order to receive a massive inheritance. So this book follows Anna and Liam, and they got married in college so Anna could get affordable housing through the college, something like that. And then unbeknownst to Anna, Liam kept them married the entire time, like 5 years after college, and Anna thought that they had been divorced the whole time, but Liam had been keeping them married so that he could inherit his fortune. And the whole time after college, he was telling his family that he was still dating her, and eventually eventually the family wants to meet Anna because they never met her before, and they're like, who is Liam dating? Or who is Liam married to? So Liam has to reconnect with Anna and bring her on his family's vacation so they can pretend to be married so that he can get his money. It just sounds like a really fun concept. Like I said, I love anything with fake dating, and this is also giving vacation, paradise vibes. I think it's gonna be perfect for summer, and I'm so excited to read it. Ooh, on the back it also says, if Succession was a rom-com, fake dating, steamy romance, and a family you'll want to throw into the ocean. So there's gonna be like rich family drama as well, which is only gonna make it better. The next two books are by the same author, and that is Summer Romance and Nora Goes Off Script. These are both by Annabelle Monaghan. I read her other book, Same Time Next Summer, a couple weeks ago, and I fell in love with it. It was the most perfect summer book I have ever read. It just literally was summer in the book. Like, the book was summer. I don't even know how else to describe it. I loved her writing style. I thought the romance story was a good story. I wasn't obsessed with the romance, but I did really enjoy it. And just like I said, the vibes were incredible. And I feel like I will really love her other two books. So of course I bought them for this summer. Nora Goes Off Script has been out for a while. I've been seeing a lot of people reading this and enjoying it. I think it's gonna be a really cute, good romance story. And it is about a screenwriter, Nora, and the lead actor in the movie she's writing for. I believe he comes to her small town and it's a bit of a small town romance. I also think that there's kids in it. I love a single parent romance, so I'm excited for this one. It sounds like I will love it. And Summer Romance is her new release of this year, and I actually have no idea what it's about, like zero clue. I just bought it because I just think it's gonna be excellent summer vibes from her other book that I have read, and just, I feel like her books are all the rage at this moment for like rom-com summer romances. So let's find out together what this book is about. Allie Morris is a professional organizer whose own life is a mess. Her mom died 2 years ago, then her husband left, and she hasn't worn pants with a zipper in longer than she cares to remember. No one is more surprised than Allie when the first time she takes off her wedding ring and puts on pants with hardware, overalls count, right? She meets someone. Or rather, her dog claims a man for her by peeing on him. Ethan smiles at Allie like her pants are just right, like he likes what he sees. He looks at her like she's a younger, braver version of herself. The last thing newly single mom Allie needs is to make her life messier, but there's no harm in a little summer romance, is there? Honestly, that didn't give much of a description. It's a summer romance, obviously, and Allie is a single mom. And like I said about Nora Goes Off Script, I love single parent romances. I just think that it is so cute, so heartwarming, and I just love when there's like cute little kids in the story as well. So that's kind of interesting that both of these are like single parent focused, but I'm excited for them. Oh, and Abby Jimenez says it's a bingeable 5-star read. Abby Jimenez is my girl, so we trust. Okay, actually, those are the only romances. I don't know why I overestimated how many romances I bought, but it is just 4. I thought it was way more. So moving on to the non-romance books. And actually, this next book is so out of my comfort zone. I'm very excited to read it because Sarah Caroli just read this series and she has convinced me. If you watch any of her videos, you know what it's gonna be, but that is Heartstopper. I've actually seen these books around a little bit over the past few months, but I just didn't really pay any attention to them. It is a graphic novel. I think it's YA. I have never read a graphic novel in my life, but the way that this book is described, I had to read it. It sounds really good. I think it's a romance between 2 boys in high school, and the way that the romance is described, like, it just sounds like it's a romance that I know I'm gonna love. I don't know why, but there are certain romances that I just know I'm gonna love, and this is one of them. Or at least I hope I do. It's like reminding me of Johnny and Shannon for some reason. I have no idea. Like, I haven't even opened this book, but the way that people are talking about it makes me think I'm gonna feel about it like I did Johnny and Shannon from Binding 13 Boys of Tommen, but we will see. Anyway, when I got this book, I opened it, and honestly, there are way more pictures and way less words than I thought. I mean, I don't really know what I expected from a graphic novel, but you can kind of see it's like not a lot of words at all. I feel like I could fly through this in like an hour. Honestly, I think that I'm going to do a reading vlog with this because I think it'll be so interesting for me to share my opinions and thoughts, and I'm thinking I'll do like a reading vlog with books that are out of my comfort zone, and this is a graphic novel, so definitely out of my comfort zone. Or maybe it'll be like reading books that I don't typically read, or reading types of books that I don't typically read, something like that. Anyway, I'm very excited for this, and I'm including it in the summer book haul because although it's like not super summer focused, I just think it'll be really good for summer. Like, any love story is good for summer. I think it'll be really easy to read, like quick beach read vibes. I don't know, it just kind of gave me summer, even though it like takes place in a school setting, which is during the school year, but for some reason it just gave me summer vibes. And let's read the back. It says, boy meets boy, boys become friends, boys fall in love. Shy and soft-hearted Charlie Springs sits next to rugby player Nick Nelson in class one morning. A warm and intimate friendship follows, and that soon develops into something more for Charlie, who doesn't think he has a chance. But Nick is struggling with feelings of his own, and as the two grow closer and take on the ups and downs of high school, they come to understand the surprising and delightful ways in which love works. It sounds so good, and honestly, I know exactly why it reminds me of Johnny and Shannon. Like, Johnny is the rugby player like Nick is in this book, and then Shannon is shy and soft-hearted like Charlie in this book. Like, it makes perfect sense why I made that comparison. Hopefully I like this. It's definitely gonna be a journey for me. Next up are a couple of fiction books. I always struggle with categorizing fiction books. Like, I think these are just general fiction. One is definitely more literary fiction, family drama, but I think like overarchingly, these three books are fiction. And I've also realized recently that this is one of my favorite genres. I think it might be my favorite genre. It is definitely the genre that produces the most 5 stars for me, like the most wow, life-changing, sit with you forever 5-star stories. So of course I want to include some of those types of books here because the summer romances are gonna give me that fun, lighthearted, flirty feeling, but they're not gonna sit with me forever, I don't think. They might, but I don't think. First up is The Most Fun We Ever Had by Claire Lombardo. So I got this book because last month I read Hello Beautiful by Ann Napolitano, and it was my first family drama ever. It was literary fiction and I absolutely loved it. I gave it 5 stars. It is my favorite book of the year so far. So when I was curating the books for this summer book haul, I wanted to read another book like that. So I literally searched on Google, literary fiction, family drama, summer books. And this came up and it sounded really good, so I got it. Now I do have some doubts that this is actually a summer book. Like, I don't know, maybe it takes place in the summer. It was the best I could find for a book in this category. It sounded really good to me, and the cover gave me summer. Like, I don't know, it looks like this huge manor of a house is in the sunshine, so we're gonna go with it. And if it's not set in the summer, well, whatever. Also, maybe let me know in the comments if it's summer related at all. But it says, in this rich, complex family saga full of long-buried family secrets, Marilyn Connolly and David Sorensen fall in love in the 1970s, blithely ignorant of all that awaits them. By 2016, they have 4 radically different daughters, each in a state of unrest. So I'm excited for this one, a little bit intimidated. I'm always intimidated by a chunky, dense story like this, but I feel like the reward is so much sweeter. The next 2 books I think just have the most gorgeous covers, and they're kind of similar. They are Mary Jane by Jessica Anya Blau and Carrie Soto is Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I mean, look at those covers, the colors, perfect for summer. Like, imagine this at the beach, gorgeous. Now, I cheated a little bit and I've already read this book and I loved it. I didn't love it as much as Evelyn Hugo and Daisy Jones, but I just think Taylor Jenkins Reid does something where she writes the most gripping, fascinating stories. I think she's just an incredible storyteller, and I really love this little like series interconnected thing that she did with the books following these made-up famous women in history. I think it is such a cool idea, and I just love all of the women and all of their stories, and Carrie Soto is no different. I'm not gonna go too much into it because I did film a reading vlog for this book, but I thought it would be perfect for summer, and it was. I loved the tennis, I loved the sport, I loved the strategy, sunshine, loved it all. Now, this book I had heard in a podcast a long time ago, a couple months back, and I always write down books that sound intriguing to me in my notes app, so I wrote this book down, but then I kind of forgot about it. I was like, didn't really interest me that much to buy it. But then someone commented on my TikTok the other day and said I had to read this book. So that sold me, and immediately when I looked this up, I was like, oh my God, it's perfect for my summer book haul. And I mean, gorgeous. It says, in 1970s Baltimore, 14-year-old Mary Jane loves cooking with her mother, singing in her church choir, and enjoying Broadway show tunes of the month albums. Quiet and compliant, she's glad when she lands a summer job as a nanny for the daughter of a local doctor. A respectable job, Mary Jane's mother says, in a respectable house. The house may look responsible on the outside, but inside it's a literal and figurative mess. Clutter on every surface, impeachment, now more than ever, bumper stickers on the doors, takeout for dinner, etc. It says Mary Jane introduces her new household to crisply ironed clothes, milk that hasn't spoiled, and a family dinner schedule. In return, she has a front row seat to a world of sex, drugs, rock music, and group therapy. It sounds like a coming-of-age story that takes place over summer. I'm really excited for this one. I think it sounds really good, and I don't know why, but this is just giving me 5-star feels. Like, I feel like I'll love it. I also feel like it will deliver that like punch that a literary fiction delivers, but in an easier form because it's shorter. I feel like the words look kind of big. I don't know. I just feel like it'll be less dense, but still have that impact. So, I mean, it's kind of like a win-win situation. We are at the final 2 books, and these are thriller-ish books. I did my best to find summer-themed thrillers, but honestly, I did a lot of looking and nothing really caught my eye too much. And I don't know, it was kind of hard. I love thrillers, but there wasn't like too much good ones in terms of summer. Maybe I'm wrong. If you have any recommendations, let me know. I could definitely add to this summer haul, but I did find these 2 that intrigued me enough. First up is My Summer Darlings by May Cobb, and with this cover, we are off to a pretty good start. We have a woman sunbathing on the front cover, so it's already looking like a summer book, and it says on the back that the Today Show has described it as a perfect beach read. So we are in the right direction. It says 3 lifelong friends plus a dangerous, sexy new stranger in town add up to a scorching summer of manipulation, obsession, and murder. Honestly, it sounds fantastic, and I think that's all you or me need to know about this book. Beach read, sexy, murder, sounds really good. I also remember looking up things like light thriller while I was trying to find this, like kind of funny thriller. I don't know if this is gonna be funny, but I read One of Us is Dead by Geneva Rose, and to me that felt a little bit like a light comedic thriller, and I kept saying it felt like a perfect beach read, so that's what I was looking for, and I feel like I may have found it with this one. So I actually have high hopes now that I looked a little more into this book. Last but not least, I picked up The Block Party by Jamie Day, and this is another cover that is looking like I'm heading in the right direction. Looks like we have a summer block party, the grass is green, the sun is shining, right direction. Oh, this is a funny quote from Ellen Hildebrand. There's more than potato salad and Kenny Chesney on the radio at the Alton Road annual block party. If you like my novels, you'll love The Block Party. Oh, okay, I do like Ellen's novels. It says, this summer, meet your neighbors. The residents of the exclusive cul-de-sac on Alton Road appear to be living idyllic lives, but underneath the surface, they're all entangled in a web of secrets and scandals. At the annual summer block party, the only thing more dangerous than the desserts are the neighbors, and this year, murder is on the menu. Honestly, that sounds really good, really entertaining. I feel like I'll be flipping through the pages, and same with this one. I feel like I actually picked out 2 really good thriller-ish, mystery-ish reads for the summer, and I'm excited for these. Okay, so that is my summer book haul, the 10 books on my summer TBR, if you will. Let me know what you guys are planning on reading this summer. I don't know if after I just bought all of these books, I will have room for more summer books, but I would still love to know. I mean, who knows? Maybe I will fly through these 10 books. Also, let me know if you guys would want to see like a summer beach read themed reading vlog. I think that could be a very fun idea. I could even read some of these books. Maybe you guys can let me know in the comments what books you would want to see if you want to see that type of reading vlog. And yeah, I think that is it for me for now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you are enjoying the start of your summer reading. Don't forget to subscribe for more book content. I'll see you in the next one.